Let me get this straight. You're saying this can reverse tinnitus?
Yes, it only takes 6 seconds.
We are live right now with 3 people who tried this 6-second ear method everyone is talking about. Let's listen to them because their results are shocking.
I fought in both the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War. After I came home, I was almost deaf and had tinnitus so bad I couldn't sleep even 3 hours a night. What military doctors discovered helped me recover completely. Thank God.
I got tinnitus after a long airplane trip. I had ringing in my ears. I thought it would go away in a few hours, but it never did. It didn't stop until one of my church members told me about this method. God works through people. If I was healed, anyone can be.
I studied this method before trying it myself. As a doctor, I analyzed every step. And I can say this is the only method that truly works for tinnitus. It acts on the real cause and removes it.
A multidisciplinary team from the Neural Aging Institute of California, working together with researchers from U.S. Army Medical Research and Development Command, discovered something deeply disturbing. While most doctors say, learn to live with it, this team clearly says, that's not medicine. That's giving up. And tinnitus is not random. It is not your fault. And it is not just aging. They found that all people with long-lasting tinnitus have one thing in common: a microscopic invader. You can't feel it, you can't see it, and unlike most threats, it refuses to die. It attacks your auditory nerve cells. As those nerves break down, your brain fills the silence with noise. That ringing, that buzzing, that hissing, that is your nervous system misfiring. And here is what makes doctors who profit from devices and prescriptions angry. Fixing this does not require drugs. It does not require surgery. It does not require lifelong management. It only requires a 6-second ritual you can do at home. Almost 60,000 Americans are now doing this ear ritual every morning. They say it brings silence to their minds. They report sleeping better. And they have completely reversed their tinnitus. So stay with me, and in the next 4 minutes you will discover why more and more Americans hear noises, even though there is nothing physically wrong with their ears. Why untreated ear buzzing may actually be burning your brain cells and erasing your memories. What government and military officials are secretly doing to get rid of their tinnitus. And the simple 6-second method you can start using today to finally press the mute button on ear ringing. This solution is so powerful that it has been clinically proven to work no matter your age, your medical condition, or how severe or long-lasting your tinnitus is. And you don't have to spend a single dollar on hearing aids, dangerous chemical-filled medications, painful ear flushing, risky surgeries, or useless sound therapies. In fact, military doctors see it as the secret of youthful hearing. So we are going to do this ritual now. Pay very close attention until the end, because you will not find this on Google, YouTube, or in any book on Amazon. Thousands of people have already silenced the noise inside their heads. They are living proof that there is a simple solution to tinnitus. And it is so powerful that it can change your life forever, just like it has for so many other Americans. Now, just imagine what your life would be like without that constant, annoying sound. No more headaches, dizziness, or nausea. Just clear, clean sound. No more feeling irritated, angry, or depressed. Just calm peace of mind. No more sleepless nights begging for even 1 second of silence. Just deep, restful, healing sleep. Before I go any further, I need to warn you. This hearing breakthrough is already being used by a small group of elite doctors here in the United States, but Big Pharma is trying hard to shut it down. It is not a chemical-filled, lab-made drug. They can't patent it, and they can't make money from it. That's why I ask you to stay with me until the very end, because I don't know how much longer I will be allowed to share this real and safe treatment. My name is Dr. Mark Thompson, and before becoming a tinnitus expert, I worked as a doctor specializing in gerontology for over 20 years. Through my career, I have witnessed many medical discoveries, but none come close to what you are about to see here. This breakthrough began with a very personal story: my father's tinnitus. Years ago, my father was one of the happiest men on earth. He was smiling, strong, and tall, the kind of man you could not ignore. His love for our family was beyond words. He always supported my mother, and he was always playing football with me and his little grandson. But one morning, his whole world collapsed. He woke up with tinnitus, a loud ringing for no clear reason. He didn't even listen to loud music. And that's how a living, noisy nightmare started screaming in his head 24 hours a day. My father couldn't go even 1 minute without touching his ears. I watched him suffer, shrink, and break down. It was heartbreaking. He tried hearing aids. Nothing changed. He tried medications. They only gave him headaches. He even tried implants. They lowered the ringing a little, but none of these expensive solutions ever stopped his tinnitus. Try to manage and live with your tinnitus, his doctor finally said. It was driving my father crazy, But that wasn't all. He started having dark thoughts because he also began to lose his mental clarity, forgetting words, names, and memories. My mother became scared. Then, one rainy evening at my clinic, I received a call. It was my mom, crying. She told me that my father's tinnitus had gotten much worse, and that the noises went from intermittent and annoying to constant and at least 3 times louder. She said he couldn't sleep at night, that he was constantly angry, and that sometimes he would yell at her while she was cooking, telling her to stop making so much noise. But then she told me something that scared me even more. She said his memory was starting to shut down. It had happened a few times recently when they were shopping at the small store near their home, the same store they had gone to for decades. He suddenly asked her why he was there. I told my mom to calm down. I said everything would be okay and that I would think of a solution. I told her to have him take antidepressants in the meantime to improve his mood. Unfortunately, those only made things worse. Because that same night, I received another call from my mom. She told me my father was already at the hospital. Around midnight, he suddenly started screaming so loudly that the neighbors called the police. Then an ambulance came, and they said they would keep him for a few days at the local mental health hospital. I rushed to the hospital. After a few checkups, the doctor said he was physically fine and sent him back home. But I knew things would not be okay until I found a real solution. And my mother was terrified that the episode could happen again at any time, or that it could be even worse. Through tears, she admitted she was afraid he might become violent. I was desperate, angry, and powerless, all at the same time. But more than anything, I was angry at myself for not taking the matter into my own hands sooner, for not being able to find a solution. I searched the internet over and over again. I read piles of books. I contacted college professors and former classmates who had become respected medical experts and well-known doctors. And before I found a solution, I discovered things that completely horrified me. First of all, a study published by the European Commission of Health revealed that 99.9% of hearing-related drugs fail in clinical trials run by big pharmaceutical companies. Let that sink in. 99.9% of those drugs do not prevent, do not slow down, and do not reverse tinnitus or hearing loss. At best, they temporarily ease a few symptoms. And yet, Big Pharma keeps launching new drugs, year after year, all with one goal: to keep draining money out of our pockets. That's how they make $3.57 billion every single year. And with that kind of money and influence, they will do anything to ignore or even suppress natural solutions that could actually help us get our lives back. When I uncovered this, I felt like I had hit a wall, but I didn't stop. There had to be an answer, I thought. And that answer was sent to me by God, right when I felt like I couldn't go on anymore. One evening, after I could no longer read another study and had completely run out of ideas, I turned on the television. I saw a documentary about the US Army in the war in Afghanistan. And that's when I said to myself, that's it. Our soldiers develop a lot of tinnitus from the extreme noise they are exposed to. So what do? I wrote an email to the only former college colleague I knew who was a doctor in an elite military unit, Dr. Adrian Peters. I told him my father's story and asked him for help. For 3 days, I received no reply, but then I saw his email. Mark, I'm sorry, but I'm on vacation right now. I do have some materials that can help you, and I'll call you when I get back so we can talk. Leave me your phone number. I replied quickly and left him my number. Then I looked over what he sent me. It was a restricted medical report compiled for U.S. military research programs. The document came from joint work coordinated under the U.S. Army Medical Research and Development Command, with supporting data from the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. It connected modern tinnitus research with little-known discoveries developed inside classified military signal and battlefield medicine units, research created for one reason only: to keep soldiers operational under extreme acoustic stress, explosions, jet engines, heavy artillery. Military doctors were watching elite personnel lose hearing, focus, and emotional stability, while still being expected to perform in life-or-death situations. And buried deep inside those defense reports was something that completely stopped me: a simple, overlooked biological mechanism directly tied to tinnitus. According to internal research notes from the Neuroaging Institute of California and neurological field data shared with the Naval Medical Research Center, the most advanced insights into tinnitus did not come from civilian clinics. They came from combat medicine and signal processing research. Military engineers and doctors began to realize that tinnitus was not simply ear damage. It was something much more dangerous: a breakdown in how sound signals were processed, filtered, and cleared by the nervous system under long-term stress. What shocked researchers was that some soldiers, even after severe noise trauma, experienced short periods of complete silence after triggering a specific physical response involving the outer ear and neural pathways. No hearing aids, no implants, no drugs, just a short, repeatable physical trigger that interacted with the real cause of tinnitus. At the time, this finding was recorded, classified, and set aside. Too unusual, too hard to standardize, and impossible to sell, but the data was undeniable. That military research forced neuroscientists to ask a deeper question: how does tinnitus actually work? You see, tinnitus happens when damage to the auditory nerves causes ringing, buzzing, or hissing sounds that do not come from outside the body. You can think of your auditory nerves as tiny communication wires and your brain as the control tower managing every signal. Here's the truth most doctors never tell you. Just like any electrical wire, auditory nerves can fray, short circuit, or misfire. That is what creates non-stop high-pitched sounds, phantom noises, and background ringing. And here is something even more disturbing. This type of auditory nerve damage happens to everyone. Normally, your auditory nerves regenerate about 1 millimeter per month. But if you're over 40, when your body has already started to age and you are still hearing ringing, it means those nerves are dying faster than they can regenerate. When an auditory nerve cell dies, your brain releases enzymes to clean up the waste. This cleanup system is extremely important. Think of it like a highly trained cleaning crew. They arrive right away. They remove debris. They recycle what can still be used. When this process works properly, you do not hear tinnitus. You feel calm, focused, and mentally clear, no matter your age. But as we get older, and with stress and long-term inflammation, this cleanup system slows down. Waste starts to build up. Toxic leftovers stay stuck around nerve tissue. Studies call this auditory nerve clog. It is similar to how cholesterol clogs arteries. But is this just normal aging? The answer was frightening. Military-linked neuroscience teams identified the #1 cause: senescent cells, also known as zombie cells. These cells are damaged, but refuse to die. Instead, they attack nearby healthy cells, spread inflammation, and disrupt nerve signaling. In the auditory system, zombie cells build up around important nerve pathways. They block signal flow and create abnormal frequencies. Your brain reads those broken signals as ringing, buzzing, or hissing. That is why plugging your ears does not stop tinnitus. The sound is not coming from outside, it is being created inside your body, and zombie cells multiply, they grow fast. The auditory nervous system becomes the perfect place for them, almost like a cruise ship for toxic cells. This explains why tinnitus often comes together with low-energy brain fog, weak focus, and why studies now link senescent cell buildup to heart disease, stroke, vision problems, weak bones, and memory decline. This is not just a hearing problem, it is a problem affecting the entire nervous system, and that is why every American over 40 needs to hear this. If tinnitus is present, something deeper is already happening inside the nervous system. And the good news is, there is something you can do, starting now. But while I was reading the study, even I did not know what we could do. It was the first time I'd ever heard about these zombie cells that the body cannot get rid of. That was when Dr. Adrian Peters called me, and the first question I asked him was, how do we eliminate these zombie cells? And his answer came immediately. You see, our bodies have a special group of immune cells called natural killer cells, or NK cells for short. They help control cell health and remove cells that are damaged or no longer needed. But these zombie cells are not truly dead. They are hidden in a way that makes them hard for the immune system to recognize and remove. So, with the help of my military colleagues, we developed a natural wellness protocol designed to support the immune system, targeting these hidden cells and helping the brain clean itself the way it desperately needs. And I discovered that this was the same protocol that was saving the lives of our soldiers. We used ingredients known to support immune function at the cellular level, and once we felt confident in our approach, we introduced the protocol to all the soldiers we had. The results were incredible. Not only did their tinnitus almost disappear very quickly, just a few days after starting the protocol, because the cleanup happens fast when you have the right ingredients that can actually reach the brain, but their focus improved a lot. They rested much better, and their ability to concentrate doubled. I want this mix too, I said immediately. My father needs it more than anything. I'll send you this mix, Dr. Peters said. Please give it to your father to take in the morning after breakfast, and contact me again in 1 month to tell me how it went. 2 days later, I received a small dark glass bottle with a liquid solution. I began giving it to my father every morning, using a dropper. The good thing was that my father trusted me deeply, so I didn't have to convince him much to try this treatment. At first, the only real change I noticed was more energy, and it lasted all day, which was huge for him. But beyond that, not much. Honestly, I was a little disappointed at first, and my father didn't say much either, but over time something changed. His ears started to feel clearer. That non-stop ringing began to fade, and then it stopped. I couldn't even tell you the exact moment it disappeared, But I do remember November 27th, when my father started shouting through the house, "It's gone, it's gone, it's gone." My mother was crying with joy. It was the happiest day of my life. We all hugged each other, and right away I called Dr. Peters. He started laughing and told me I knew this would happen. That's when I told him I couldn't stop here, that I was going to make this treatment public no matter what. I don't know exactly what convinced him. Maybe my persistence, maybe because the studies were just declassified and there were no restrictions on their use, or maybe his desire to help people. But in the end, Dr. Peters agreed to help me make the solution available to everyone, and I decided to start by explaining each ingredient one by one and how it works in this fight against zombie cells. Let's start with the first weapon, military-grade ginkgo biloba. Not the watered-down supplement you see on pharmacy shelves. This is a high-potency extract developed and tested inside U.S. military medical research programs, originally studied to protect soldiers exposed to blast shock, jet engines, and heavy artillery noise. Here's what classified military research discovered. Zombie cells do not just damage nerves. They cut off supply lines. They block tiny blood vessels. They trap toxic waste. They create dead zones where nerves slowly break down. That's why early Army neurologists focused on one thing first: restoring blood flow and oxygen to the auditory system. Once absorbed, this military-grade ginkgo extract forces circulation back into the ear-nerve-brain system, reopening blocked pathways and flushing out the environments where zombie cells survive. This is the first strike. Internal defense research confirmed that better microcirculation around auditory nerves directly leads to less nerve congestion and clearer signal transmission. In large controlled trials with personnel who had long-term ringing from noise exposure, this specific form of ginkgo led to clear improvements in hearing performance, even in severe cases. But here's the truth: better circulation does not kill zombie cells, it exposes them, and this is where the attack becomes deadly. Hydropure NAC, N-acetylcysteine, was studied by military medical teams for one main reason: to neutralize cellular damage caused by extreme oxidative stress. Zombie cells survive by flooding tissue with oxidative stress, damaging nerve signals while protecting themselves behind a chemical shield. Hydropure NAC removes that shield. It neutralizes oxidative toxins, restores glutathione levels, weakens zombie cell defenses, and reactivates the body's internal cleanup systems, but only if the NAC is easy for the body to absorb. That's why military researchers rejected cheap, unstable forms and used a clean, solvent-free processing method, creating a version the body absorbs quickly and uses aggressively. In controlled studies published in ear and brain medical journals, this exact form of NAC led to fast reduction in ringing, clearer sound, and better detection of high-frequency sounds. Why? Because once zombie cells lose their protection, they collapse. On their own, these ingredients help. Together, they hunt. Ginkgo restores blood flow and oxygen, forcing zombie cells into the open. NAC destroys their chemical defenses. One exposes, the other eliminates. This is how military medicine treats long-term damage. Expose, neutralize, clear. That's how tinnitus is silenced, instead of being masked. But stopping the noise is not enough. Zombie cells leave damage behind. And if you don't repair that damage, the problem comes back. This is the rebuild phase. Fermented lion's mane was studied for its ability to repair nerve damage after toxic exposure. For many years, science believed damaged nerve fibers could not grow back. Military neuroscience proved that wrong. Lion's mane stimulates nerve growth factors, restores nerve communication, and rebuilds pathways damaged by zombie cells. Fermentation makes it much stronger and easier for the body to absorb. Research shows that lion's mane reduces brain inflammation, repairs damaged nerve fibers, and restores neurotransmitter balance. In controlled trials with adults suffering from hearing loss and tinnitus, lion's mane led to clearer sound, less ringing, improved brain imaging results. Once zombie cells are removed, this is how the nervous system regains lost function. These three ingredients form the core. The complete formula includes 7 additional ear and brain supporting ingredients, chosen using the same military logic. Remove the threat, repair the damage, protect what remains. They work by clearing leftover zombie cell debris, calming nerve inflammation, protecting healthy auditory nerves, sharpening sound perception. So this is not just a supplement, it is a civilian-safe version of military neuroclearance research. But before sharing our stories, we set strict rules for this treatment. Rule number 1, it had to work for people at any stage of tinnitus, from early occasional ringing to long-term cases where the noise never stops. Rule number 2, it had to show clear results within 180 days. Because when zombie cells are involved, time matters, and people deserve to know if something is working. Rule number 3, It had to be supported by multiple independent scientific studies, not marketing claims. We followed these rules to prove, even to the most skeptical, that targeting zombie cell buildup is a real biological solution, not just another way of coping with symptoms. Then, we began quietly sharing the truth. Starting with my father's story and with testimonials from people who had access to the early neuroclearance protocol first tested in restricted military medical programs. Take Anna Weber, for example. She had lived with nonstop ringing for over 10 years, poor sleep, brain fog, constant head pressure. After following the zombie cell clearance protocol daily, she reported a major drop in ringing within days. And for the first time in years, she slept through the night without noise waking her up. Or David Miller. His tinnitus had become so severe that focusing was almost impossible. After just 11 days, the noise became softer. Within 2 weeks, the buzzing faded into the background and stayed there. Then dozens of others reported the same pattern. No ringing, clearer thinking, calmer nervous systems. All signs that zombie cell pressure in the auditory system was finally being removed. As word spread, interest grew fast. But we knew one critical thing. This protocol only works if the ingredients are extremely pure, correctly sourced, and combined in precise ratios. Zombie cells are tough. If the formula is weak, inconsistent, or filled with cheap fillers, they survive. That's why most tinnitus supplements fail. Sourcing these ingredients became one of the hardest parts of the process. We rejected mass-market suppliers, diluted extracts, anything that didn't meet military-grade purity standards. I needed a partner who could meet military-level standards, someone who could source ultra-pure, clinically tested compounds, follow strict FDA and GMP rules, manufacture everything in the United States, so I could oversee every step. After 6 months of searching, testing, and rejecting dozens of facilities, I finally found one that could handle a formula this sensitive and this powerful. And that's when Whispeara was created. Whispeara is not just another tinnitus supplement. It is the first civilian-safe formula designed to target zombie cell buildup, the toxic aging cells that clog auditory nerve pathways and scramble sound signals in the brain. That is the real root cause of tinnitus. Not the ear, not aging, not stress. Zombie cells. Whispeara contains 13 high-potency, plant-based compounds selected and combined to do 3 things: expose zombie cells by restoring circulation, neutralize and clear them at the cellular level, repair and protect damaged auditory and brain tissue. This isn't symptom management, it's neuroclearance. Every bottle of Whispeara is manufactured in the United States, in FDA-registered, GMP-certified facilities. Non-GMO, no stimulants, no toxins, no addictive compounds. And unlike mass-market products, Whispeara works deep inside the brain and nervous system, where tinnitus actually starts. That's why people don't just report silent ears. They also report clearer thinking, deeper sleep, calmer nerves, and restored mental energy. Already, 59,875 people have reclaimed their silence with Whispeara.
My name is Michael Thompson. I'm 67 years old. I lived with a constant ringing in my ears, day and night. Doctors told me to learn to live with it. Hearing aids didn't help. Pills didn't help. Nothing helped. Then my son asked me to try this protocol. And one morning, I realized something shocking. The noise was gone. Completely gone. I feel like I have my life back. I can enjoy silence again. I can think clearly. I can sleep. If you're living with tinnitus and feel hopeless, there is hope. I'm living proof.
Right now, millions of people are spending $600 plus per specialist visit, $3,000 on hearing aids that mask symptoms, $200 per hour on therapy just to cope. That's $5,000 plus per year, while zombie cells keep damaging the brain. That's why originally Dr. Peters recommended pricing Whispeara at $900 per bottle, and based on the results, it made sense. After years of intense research and clinical testing, we had created something the world had never seen before, the first individually tailored solution designed to reduce zombie cell buildup linked to tinnitus. Each bottle is crafted to match your unique profile, your age, weight, symptoms, and how long zombie cell activity has been affecting your auditory system. Even our partners thought $700 was a fair price, given the life-changing results they saw in trial participants. And when you think about how people spend $5,000 a year on temporary relief that only masks symptoms while zombie cells keep damaging the brain, even $700 would seem like a total bargain. In fact, many of the 59,875 people who've used Whispeara said they'd gladly pay 3 times that just to keep the peace and quiet they've found. But for me, and for my family, this goes way beyond money. I never want anyone to feel as helpless, angry, or anxious as my father did. No one should have to go through that kind of suffering. No family should have to stand by and watch as tinnitus, driven by unchecked zombie cell activity, slowly chips away at a loved one's sanity. That's exactly why what I'm about to share means so much to me, both personally and professionally. As I speak to you right now, Whispeara is just about to transform 60,000 lives. That's 60,000 people who've taken back their silence. 60,000 families who've been made whole again. And to celebrate this huge milestone, I'm doing something I've never done before. Something that has honestly made my team a little nervous. If you join the Whispeara family today, before we hit that 60,000 mark, which could happen at any moment, you'll get your bottle of Whispeara at the lowest price we've ever offered. Not even close to the $900 price Dr. Peters originally suggested. But that's not all. I'm also including my recovery program completely free. That means direct access to my team and custom guidance through your Whispeara journey while your body works to reduce zombie cell pressure and restore calm neural signaling. As a tinnitus expert, my consultations normally cost $200 an hour, but today you're getting the full program at no extra charge. Now, I want to be totally honest with you. This special celebration offer is extremely limited. It's only available until we hit our milestone of 60,000 transformed lives. If you're reading this now, it means there's still time to grab one of the remaining spots. But wait too long, and this opportunity may be gone for good. You might never see an offer like this again. With my packed schedule as a research lead, I can only personally support a limited number of people. So right now, and only until we hit that 60,000 milestone, you have the chance to lock in your Whispeara formula and claim one of the last spots in my personal recovery program. That includes direct access to my team, support usually valued at $200 per hour, all for just $59 per bottle when you choose the premium 6-bottle package. Let that sink in for a second. That's just $1.63 a day, less than the price of a coffee, to reclaim your peace, your quiet, and your quality of life. And there's even more. You'll also receive 2 incredible free gifts valued at over $810. I'll tell you more about those in just a second. Now, just a heads up. If you go with just 1 bottle, you'll miss out on the deep bulk discount. So your cost per bottle will be a bit higher. Even so, it's still a small price to pay for a lifetime of relief. With the 1-bottle option, you'll get a full 30-day supply of Whispeara for just $79. That's right, just $79, one time. But here's what Dr. Peters found after studying thousands of real cases. The key to lasting relief is giving your body enough time to fully reduce zombie cell activity and stabilize the auditory system. If you've only had tinnitus for a few days, 1 bottle might be enough. But if it's been going on for weeks or longer, our clinical data, based on 59,875 success stories, recommends at least 3 bottles for the best results. Why? Because clearing the neural damage and toxic buildup caused by chronic tinnitus often takes 75 days or more. So if you've been struggling for a month or longer, or if you want to protect your brain against future cognitive decline, the 6-bottle package is absolutely your best bet. Here's something most people don't realize. Whispeara's benefits build up over time. Each day strengthens and stabilizes neural pathways as zombie cell pressure continues to drop. Your mind gets sharper, clearer, and stronger. And the last thing I want is for you to get this close to full relief. So run out of Whispeara halfway through. Even missing a single day can slow progress and interrupt the recovery process. And because sourcing the rare, high-quality ingredients in this formula is so complex, once we sell out, and we do, it usually takes 6 to 9 months to restock. On top of that, rising ingredient costs mean future prices will likely increase significantly. But today you have the chance to lock in your full supply at the lowest possible price and change your life for good. Don't risk restarting your recovery or paying more later when you're already so close to lasting relief. All you have to do is enter your information below this video so we can calculate the precise amount of each compound your formula needs. Then lock in your 6-month supply or choose the option that fits you best. And remember, when you choose the 3-bottle package or larger, you'll also receive our early action reward package. 2 powerful gifts worth over $810, absolutely free. Gift number 1. The Deep Sleep Activation Protocol, valued at $420. Say goodbye to restless nights, irritability, and chronic fatigue. Inside, you'll discover a 30-second morning reset, originally developed inside U.S. military stress management programs, designed to rapidly downshift an overactive nervous system and restore calm focus, even after prolonged sleep deprivation. You'll also learn 3 controlled breathing techniques adapted from military aviation and special operations training, now validated by modern neuroscience, proven to lower cortisol, slow hyperactive brain signaling, and prepare the mind for deep, uninterrupted sleep. In addition, you'll uncover one unexpected everyday nutritional element used in military recovery protocols to reduce nervous tension and stabilize emotional responses under pressure. And most importantly, you'll get access to the same sound-based decompression method used by military pilots and special forces operators to maintain mental sharpness and auditory precision, even after years of extreme noise exposure. Gift number 2, the Brainwire Regeneration Blueprint, valued at $390, designed to combat anxiety, depression, brain fog, and memory decline. This guide reveals the exact combination of natural compounds and tactical routines used to accelerate brain repair and emotional stability, based on military neuroscience research and classified stress recovery protocols. You'll learn 5 proven mind-body techniques shown to reduce intrusive thoughts, stabilize mood, and restore mental control under chronic stress. It also includes a 7-day brain reset sequence used in military cognitive recovery programs to sharpen focus, rebuild clarity, and reinforce damaged neural pathways. Plus, you'll get field-tested memory reinforcement drills adapted from training methods used to keep intelligence analysts and operators mentally sharp under pressure. These resources were instant bestsellers. Even now, we receive hundreds of requests every week from people trying to get access to them. They're no longer available in print, but I've made a special arrangement to provide digital access exclusively to those who qualify today. But first, I need to be upfront with you about something urgent. Whispeara is selling out fast, and once it's gone, it could take 6 to 9 months to produce more. Why? Because this formula relies on rare, high-purity compounds specifically chosen to reduce zombie cell buildup, and we refuse to cut corners. Ever. Sourcing these high-quality components takes time. Each ingredient is then run through rigorous third-party laboratory testing to make sure it's clean, potent, and capable of supporting real cellular cleanup, not diluted, inactive, or filler-based. Only after passing every test do we send the ingredients to our manufacturer here in the US for bottling. We don't accept any batch into our warehouse until it meets every quality standard. As you can see, the process is long and detailed, and completely intentional. It's why we can't simply make more overnight. And with ongoing global supply chain disruptions, sourcing these zombie cell targeting compounds has become even more challenging. So if you're thinking about waiting, please understand, you may miss your chance. Picture this. Right now, people across the country are rediscovering what quiet feels like. They're finally enjoying peace of mind again, free from constant ringing and confident that toxic cellular pressure inside their nervous system is being brought under control. No wonder they keep coming back, not just for themselves, but for the people they love. That's why, while this limited time offer is still active, I urge you, don't wait if you're on the fence. To make this even easier, we're offering a significant discount when you choose the 3 or 6 bottle package, plus free shipping on both. Once you make your choice, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page. We use 256-bit encryption, the same level of protection used by Amazon and Walmart, so your information is completely safe. Just enter your payment details using a debit or credit card, and as soon as your order is confirmed, your bottle of Whispeara will be shipped free to your door. If you choose the 3 or 6 bottle option, which we strongly recommend while supplies last, you'll receive that deep discount and all the free bonuses we mentioned earlier. And here's the best part, this is a one-time payment. No subscriptions, no recurring charges, no hidden fees, just a simple, secure checkout, and your bottles are on the way. Now, and this is important, Whispeara is only available on this website. If you see it listed on Walmart, Amazon, or Costco, it's not the real product. Previous batches on those platforms sold out in days, and we've since made Whispeara exclusive to this site to protect customers from counterfeits and ensure you receive the authentic formula designed to target zombie cell activity. So remember, this page is the only place to get Whispeara. Still feeling unsure? I understand. You've probably tried several approaches already. You've spent money, followed programs, and seen little to no lasting relief because none of them addressed what was actually causing the problem. That's exactly why we offer a 90-day ironclad money-back guarantee. If you don't see meaningful improvements, or if you're simply not satisfied for any reason, you get every penny back. No questions asked. Even if you've used the entire bottle, you have a full 3 months to try Whispeara and decide if it's right for you. Again, no hidden fees, no auto renewals, just a one-time payment and peace of mind. So go ahead, scroll down and choose the option that fits your journey best. Remember, Whispeara is running out, and once it's gone, we're looking at another 6 to 9 months before restocking is possible. Meanwhile, pressure from large players in the tinnitus industry continues to grow. Let's be honest, protecting your hearing and brain health isn't something to put off. You have a choice right now. You can walk away, keep living with the ringing, and hope that expensive hearing aids or therapy eventually help. Or you can say yes to Whispeara, the formula designed to reduce zombie cell buildup, clear auditory nerve clog, and restore real silence. I can't make the decision for you. All I can do is share what the science shows and what thousands of others have already experienced. But please, choose wisely, because this moment could be the turning point in your life, the day you took back control of your mind, your peace, and your future. Right below this video, you'll see 3 options: a 1-bottle supply if you're just starting out, a 3-bottle package for a complete recovery phase, and the premium 6-bottle plan for full relief and long-term protection. Just imagine a peaceful dinner with your family, no ringing, clear focus at work, easy conversations, deep uninterrupted sleep, waking up each morning feeling sharp, balanced, and fully present. All of that is one step away. You've made it this far because you're serious about reclaiming your life from tinnitus. Now it's time to make it real. Choose the package that fits your journey, because we only get one brain, one body, and one chance at living in peace. Go ahead, click the 6-bottle package or the option that works for you, and place your order safely right now. Thank you for spending this time with me, and welcome to the beginning of your new, quieter life. Still watching? Still deciding? That's totally okay. Since we first released this breakthrough formula, we've had an overwhelming response. Our inbox has been flooded with questions about Whispeara, so while you're thinking about securing your own supply, I want to take a moment to answer some of the most common questions we get. 1. I've only been using Whispeara for 2 weeks, but the ringing is already quieter, and I'm sleeping better. Is it normal to see results this fast? Yes, this is completely normal. Here's why. When zombie cells are involved, the first thing people notice isn't silence, it's relief. As Whispeara begins weakening zombie cells and reducing the toxic buildup around your auditory nerves, 2 early changes often happen. Neural pressure drops. The nervous system calms down. That's why many people notice quieter ringing and better sleep within the first 1 to 2 weeks. Some experience relief almost immediately because their zombie cell load is lower. Others need 3 to 4 weeks as deeper cellular cleanup takes place. Most users report that tinnitus becomes significantly quieter, or fades completely, within 6 to 8 weeks of consistent use. And the improved sleep you're experiencing? That's one of the strongest signs Whispeara is working. It means zombie cell activity is declining, inflammation is dropping, and your brain is finally exiting survival mode, which accelerates healing even further. 2. How do I know Whispeara will work for me? That's an important question, and the answer lies in what actually causes tinnitus. Tinnitus is not just an ear problem. It happens when zombie cells accumulate around auditory nerve pathways, clogging signal transmission and forcing the brain to generate phantom noise. As long as those zombie cells remain active, the ringing continues, no matter what you do to mask it. Whispeara is designed to target that exact mechanism. It works by weakening zombie cell defenses, supporting natural cellular cleanup, clearing auditory nerve clog, and protecting healthy nerve tissue. As the toxic environment clears, sound signals stabilize, and the ringing fades. That's why Whispeara doesn't just help with tinnitus. People also report clearer thinking, calmer nerves, and better sleep. Backed by extensive scientific research and real-world use, Whispeara has already helped nearly 60,000 people find lasting relief, many after struggling for years. And remember, every order is protected by a 90-day, no-risk money-back guarantee. You're not betting on hope. You're giving your body the tools it needs to clear what's causing the noise, with nothing to lose. 3. How fast will I get my Whispeara formula? Once you complete your health profile, our team takes 24 to 48 hours to personalize your formula. After that, your order ships out within 1 to 2 business days. For US customers, your package typically arrives in 5 to 7 business days after shipping. Each bottle is sealed and packaged with care to ensure freshness and full potency. 4. Is Whispeara safe? Any side effects? Yes. Whispeara is completely safe. It's made in a GMP-certified, FDA-registered facility using only 100% natural ingredients. Our customization process means your formula is tailored specifically to your needs, your age, weight, symptoms, and how long you've had tinnitus. Most people feel totally fine, with no side effects. Some report feeling unusually calm and clear-headed during the first few days, as zombie cell pressure around the auditory nerves begins to drop, and the brain starts recalibrating, which is actually a good sign. Of course, if you're taking any medications or have a medical condition, just show the ingredient list to your doctor. 5. Can you explain the guarantee again? Absolutely. We offer a no-risk 90-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not completely thrilled with your results, whether the ringing's still there or you're just not satisfied, just reach out to our support team within 90 days and we'll refund every penny, even if you've used the entire bottle. No questions, no hassle. We believe in Whispeara, and we want you to feel confident trying it out. 6. Should I go with the 3-bottle or 6-bottle package? Great question. We strongly recommend the 6-bottle package, and here's why. The longer you use Whispeara, the stronger the results. Because zombie cell buildup doesn't clear overnight. Your brain and auditory system need time to fully reduce zombie cell activity and stabilize sound processing. Once we sell out, it can take 6 to 9 months to restock due to the rare ingredients. You also save over 30% when you buy in bulk. And remember, you're also getting bonuses worth $810. Just click the button below, fill in your info on the secure order form, and we'll ship your bottles right to your door. We can't wait to hear your success story.